Hi everyone, today I'm making two different recipes with two different children of mine. The first one is a semi-homemade pineapple upside down cake that turned out really yummy, so I figured I'd share this one. And the second recipe is a cookie brownie. Well, it's a brownie with a cookie topping, which isn't homemade but still delicious. I can list everything down below for both recipes, but as I go along I'll sort of tell you what I did and what you're going to need. For the recipe it called for 1/4 cup of butter, which is half a stick, but I definitely would use the entire stick. Half was most certainly not enough. Here I am melting the half a stick of butter and getting ready 1 cup of brown sugar. You'll need that for the bottom, but you're definitely I would keep the 1 cup of brown sugar, but I would add the extra half stick, which I melted in the microwave, and you'll see in a few minutes what I did with that. Here I'm just letting the butter slowly melt on a maybe medium heat, and in a second I'm just going to add the sugar, and that's when I realized it was way too thick and definitely needed a little more butter. Here's where you're going to see me try to spread it out at the bottom, and I realized that something wasn't quite right, that it was way too thick, so I'm going to do a half a stick of butter and just dump it on top, and then it will spread out even and real smooth. Next up, obviously, you needed a can of pineapple. You could definitely use fresh pineapple. I reserved 1 cup of the pineapple juice that came from the can, and I'm going to replace the boxed cake 1 cup of water with the 1 cup of pineapple juice. That way it gives the cake a pineapple flavor, and it's made it so moist and delicious. And now I'm adding maraschino cherries. The pineapples were a little wonky, so I just stuck them wherever they wanted to. Our cake, our rules. No, it just turned out perfect for us. And here you'll see it says 1 cup of water to add to the cake mix. Instead of that, I added 1 cup of pineapple juice. That was a half a cup of oil, just whatever the directions are on the back of your box. There's the 1 cup of pineapple juice. And now I'm going to add 3 eggs, 1 at a time. We cracked them in a separate thing just so we didn't get any shells in the cake mix. This recipe was so simple. And next up, I'm just going to pour the cake mix over the pineapple sugar mixture, and I'm going to cook this at 325 for 44 minutes. That's what my oven did. You might have to make adjustments for your individual oven, but mine cooked at 325 for 44 to 45 minutes, and it was cooked perfectly through. And here's the end result. It was nice golden brown. It was so moist, and that pineapple juice really gave it that extra little bit of flavor. And I let it cool for about a half an hour, and then I took a knife and rimmed the cake, and then I flipped it out, and it was absolutely delicious and perfect. And already half of it's gone. Next up is a cookie brownie bar mix, and my 12-year-old wanted to do it herself, so I just helped her a little bit, but mostly she did it, and she did a pretty good job. Everything came right in the pack, the chocolate chip and the brownie mix, and it was a pretty simple recipe. Here she's starting out by just doing the brownie mix first. You did have to use a little bit of spray on the bottom. It did call for a greased pan. Here I'm helping her add this, the brownie mix. And then you needed a little bit of vegetable oil, or you could do coconut oil, and the oven was preheated to 350. Here she's adding the vegetable oil. We added 1 egg and 3 tablespoons of water. And here she's doing a good job mixing it up, and then we'll add it to the bottom of the pan. And this will be the bottom layer for the cookies. And a surprise guest, Little Butters. He couldn't help himself. He kept barking, and he really wanted to be involved and help. Here I am, I just sprayed the pan, and we're going to add our brownie mixture. Now we're going to make the cookie mixture. She'll open that up and put that in the bowl, and then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of semi-soft butter and 2 tablespoons of water, and then you'll just take your fork and mash it up until it becomes like a soft dough. After you do that, what you're going to do is take about a tablespoon, and you're going to just plop it on top, and it said to do 3 across 3 times, so it would be a total of 9. There was a little extra, so we just went crazy and put it wherever we wanted to, and it still turned out pretty cool and delicious. and here's what it looked like. I always love when desserts look homemade, and this one definitely did, and that's the nice part about it. This cooked at 350 for 45 minutes in an 8x8 pan, and they both were definitely delicious. Everything was scrumptious and they ate it all up. So thank you for watching. Any questions, leave it down below, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.